Hello everyone, this is going to be the first part of Imaginary Only. But before we get started, okay, 5 star. Let's see if we get elation or not. The main reason I want elation is because, of course, I want Silver Wolf. Anyways, I already knew that I was gonna get Silver Wolf because I'm recording this, post that. But I'm currently just going to explain the basic rules of this challenges while getting Aventurine. Why Aventurine and not DHIL? I think the reason is pretty obvious. Aventurine is a really good sustain, and in a challenge like this, the more sustains, the better. I think Imaginary only has 2 sustains though, so it's really good. Anyways, this challenge is just going to be a fun little HSR challenge that I'm gonna do. Well, maybe not fun, but anyways, the basic rules are as it's implied. I'm only allowed to use imaginary characters. I can level up other characters and get other characters, but I'm only allowed to use imaginary characters in battle. There is a little bit of exception though in certain scenarios, such as the current situation here, where I'm forced to use Himiko, who's not an imaginary character yet. Not an imaginary character. I don't know why I said yet. Maybe she'll get a new form. Maybe her a new form will make her imaginary. Who knows? Hope not though, since I probably won't have enough pulls for her. Anyways, since I have Himiko, who's a fire character, any character that is not imaginary will be forced to use their normal attacks. If I have a whole team of non-imaginary characters, though, then it just doesn't count because I can't do anything with it anyways. So those are the basic rules of this challenge. If we want more rules, I will add them along the way. The one other rule though is that I will be forced to fight every single formidable foe in the game. I know that may sound a bit longer or maybe easy, but it's not really that easy or that long, honestly. It's honestly a pretty fun way to do the challenge, since in most scenarios, literally all of the enemies other than the bosses are skippable. And I don't think I will be doing MOC or Pure Fiction anytime soon, especially not Epoch, because I don't think unless there's imaginary weakness on both sides, I don't think it's possible, since no one can really inflict imaginary implant weakness. Like for Quantum, there's Silver Wolf. For Wind, there is, I think, I forgot his name, Anaxa. And there's for Fire, Fire, so I can break through no matter what. I just don't have break for the main fights. Silver Wolf does do a lot of good damage though, especially considering how early we are in the game. But I think her main problem is not the damage, but more so her uptime. Her E1 would really help with that, but I don't think I'll be able to get her E1 because there's only 3 days remaining, unless I get a super early, but that is not happening. My luck has been really bad lately, but we'll see. Hopefully it gets to a turn. This is the only 50-50 I've won in a while. That's why I'm not really trusting of my luck currently. And the main problem with the challenge though is that the fights aren't hard. They're just long and boring. And it's me, and I did say that Silver Wolf is a really good DPS and does a lot of damage, but she really wants more elation support, and I don't have any supports to buffer with, and she can never get SS or SSS because I just don't have enough hidden MMR. That's why I need Avengerines, not Avengerines, that's why I need her E1. I don't, I mean, E1 increases the damage as well, which is really helpful, but we'll see it later on. Right, okay, I don't know what you guys want, so I kind of want you guys to comment down below whether or not you want to see more challenges like this. Maybe you guys want a physical only account with Evanescia, or maybe you guys want some Genshin challenges. As long as it's a Genshin or HSR challenge that can be done F2P, I'll be really happy to do it. I'm also thinking about doing like HSR without skipping, so like 1x speed and not allowed to skip dialogues. But I think that will be like 100 sub special or something, because I want at least some of you to watch it along the way as a live stream. I would have preferred to do it as a live stream because it's probably gonna be so much more boring, as it's just gonna be a normal HSR playthrough. Again, I have some Genshin accounts, and on the topic of Genshin, I have a lot of Genshin accounts that are just waiting there. If you guys want a certain character only, such as Nicole only or Lohan only, I will try my best to get them with the limited number of pulls we have. Since on the topic of pulls, why are we only getting 60 pulls per like patch? It is mind boggling. Like normally I'd be fine with 60 pulls, right? It's still a ish number of pulls, but we have two whole limited characters, both of whom are really hyped up. So why are we only getting 60 pulls? If it was from like a dry patch like the Skirk one, then it would make sense, because like there's nothing going on. But there's an Archon quest and events. There's no new areas to explore as well, so it just makes no sense at all, dude. Anyways, moving on. The main, as you might have seen, I didn't remove this cutscene simply because it is one of the best cutscenes ever. Like, I just really liked it, and I was so surprised when I first saw it. So I believe let's just leave it here. Why not? If you guys want me to cut out every cutscene and just include the fights, then I could do that as well. Just leave in the comments. I also like how it foreshadowed like Bellabog, and it would have been kind of funny, not funny. It would have been nice if later on they updated the scene to include like Emporius, Penacony, Plan Arcadia. I think that would have been really nice, but I guess I'm expecting a little too much from Hoyoverse. Also, we're not really getting any new events in HSR. I am not really that hyped up for Blade SP, since I don't care about Blade. I am really hyped up for Himiko SP though, but she is another fire erudition, I think. As you can tell back, as you can probably tell already, this was recorded on a much later date than the first recording. So that's why I know that Himiko is fire erudition instead of hopefully imaginary. Anyways, as I was saying, since Himiko is a fire erudition and not a like imaginary, I don't think there's anyone to like really. Well, we got the either be Welt or Silver Wolf. Welt or Silver Wolf. What do you guys think? Drop it in the comments, and it's Silver Wolf. Okay, I am really hyped up now. Her E1 is really good for her. As I said, it like not only gives a 20% damage increase, but also retains 20% of the hidden MMR, which is really good for uptime. So, my thoughts about this are, do you guys think I should like try to get Sunday? Because I know he's really good and all, but I don't really know where I'll use him though. Like his whole thing about giving energy is pretty useless on the account with Silver Wolf. I mean, I could try to get him, but we'll see about that later on. I am skipping the simulated universe because it's just a bunch of non imaginary characters, so I don't think you guys would want me to. You guys won't want me to do that. Let's. How much primos, how much jade do you guys think I'll be able to farm? I have a lot of like Nova Flare and trial runs to do. I'll do it later on. There's no way I get another 5 star. Of course I don't. What in the hell was? Okay, so ignoring whatever the hell that was, I think I'll go to the train and then I'll put on a montage for you guys to see while I am grinding. Hopefully, you all enjoyed the montage. I did all of the trial runs and no, except for the Nova Flare ones. The trial runs alone took me a bit of time. I do the Nova Flares later on, especially when Sunday is on banner, because they're gonna be here for a pretty long time. So, before that, there's no way we're gonna get E2, right? Man. Okay, hook. Let's see if I can get anything from the star glitter or starlight, I guess. Just a pearl? No way. E. What? No. Okay, the most of you are probably wondering why I'm not getting wealth from the stellar convergence or Lochua from the stellar convergence. The main reason I'm not getting wealth from the stellar convergence is because there's a chance for me to get on a departure warp, which would be really nice. Then I could get E1 Lochua or E2 Welt. E2 Welt, I have no idea what it does, but I'm pretty sure E1 Lochua is really good. So if I can save up the stellar convergence, I think that'll be really good. I also remember being so surprised, like seeing this creature. I know his name is Pom Pom, but like that was my honest reaction. Like, what in the name of hell is this creature? I believe most of your reactions were also like that. Anyways, so nothing. I only need 10 more pulls, so I need to get to Trailblaze 15, which I don't know, it'll probably take up until Bellabog. I could try and get well from here, but there's also no way I'm getting him from here. But maybe just a pull. I did get like ambers though, which could be really good for adventuring. I have no idea what Aventurine really scales on. I don't know if it's defense or attack, but we'll have to see. I also think it's really, really weird that we just, invade March's privacy. Like, I always thought this was weird. Like, why did they even do that? We invade her privacy and never even tell her about it. Like, why? It makes no sense at all to me. But I mean, that is what siblings do, so I guess I can't really be that mad about it. Again, moving on to the Genshin side, because Genshin is my first ever gacha game, and it was already the second one. If you guys want any like Genshin challenges, just drop them in the comments. Friends, wow, a Genshin player with friends? Wow, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Okay, if you guys would want to like be friends on like HSR, you guys can send me a friend request. It will be really helpful for some high AR, high trailblaze level accounts to do that too, cause it'll be very helpful for grinding, especially if you guys have Silverwolf or Mighty, who knows. I am to be that is the main baseline for this challenge, because if I can just pay to win, then there's gonna be no fun, since I can just get Sunday and every single imaginary character. I kind of feel bad for like skipping March's backstory, because like it is sad, but I also don't want to listen through all the yap. Like, I think that is the main sentiment. I feel bad for skipping it, but I don't want to listen through all the yap. Okay, guys, this is going to be like the last few seconds. Again, before we end it off, though, I am going to say one thing. Yarilo 6 slash Bellabog is peak. Argue with me on the comments. I don't care. It is the best region ever. Anyways, see you later.